My billionaire mind, proof of success, British accent, none can contest. In a world so grand, he's the ruler's hand. With every step, he commands the land. Roman reigns deep in his golden sea. Hear the heartbeat, rich and elite.
And that is right, people. After that excellence entrance, I am excellence himself. I am on a very hot day once again. I am. Give me 1 second. Ricky Coleman. And as you like, subscribe, get this shared, and all of that, this is Summerslam predictions. 5 guests with me, 4 guests. So let me bring in them all in. Let's start with the man himself, 2-time belt championship holder. I'll get his name right this time. The Wrestling Blurred. It is TJ.
TJ Thaddeus, the man with the knowledge and the power for all things wrestling.
That is right. I got your nickname right this time.
I actually work out.
I work out, but okay.
Yes.
And your tag team partner, the Money Man. It is Marcus Gill.
Ching ching, bling bling. It's always money over here.
I don't have to.
Representing
You don't have to tell me that.
Brown and gold. It's TJ and Marcus.
You don't have to tell me that. That what's the word I'm looking for here? That catchphrase later on, Marcus, and I'll try and make it into a T-shirt for you later on.
You got it, buddy.
The man himself, he is Trey J. Styles, the man, the myth, the icon of FTW.
Best to ever do it.
You know what?
I'm really glad that you gave me a chance to be up here with such a fine panel of people, but I know you got one more surprise guest for me.
And not the crappy FTW of AEW. No one wants that. And he's making his return for one time only. Went till Saturday. So there, we're out there. Monday, he is, well, the Mark. No, sorry, I'm the Mark. The wise man himself, Ian.
Well, first off, since Trey J mentioned FTW, say, hey, everyone.
What's going on?
What's the crack?
I have no, if that's a AEW reference, I have no idea. No one here watches AEW to even know what that means. So anyway, it is SummerSlam season. 7 matches to go through, but we do have first, because I cover everything. We do have first, of course. Give me 1 second. We have this. So Jelly Roll will be performing at SummerSlam. Jelly Roll will be performing at SummerSlam. Cool. Like I don't know who he is. I've said this in the past. WWE are very good at bringing singer, artists I've never heard before. Let's say Bad Bunny, and now I know who he is. So cool.
Certain artists, like they're not bringing in Taylor Swift. They could if they wanted to.
And okay, and your job on the board, you know who they're bringing in. If you can just send me over the run sheet of SummerSlam and also the run sheet of the shows going forward. Oh no, you haven't got one. So they could be bringing in Taylor Swift. You don't know.
They could.
God.
Could. They could bring in Hornswoggle if they wanted. Anyway.
Y'all know that Taylor Swift used to babysit Jeff Jarrett's kids?
Seems like a thing she would do.
Yeah. Like when she was like 12, she was like babysit Jeff Jarrett's kids. On Impact.
So I'll start with Trey first. Have you heard of Jelly Roll, and do you think he does more than just sing, or does he just perform?
No, he pretty much performs. Apparently, he is one of the newer, like I guess this neo country star. He's a huge wrestling fan, so of course that always helps pass the smell test. He's basically like if Post Malone ate 2 more Post Malones and then decided just to talk about his feelings.
Yeah, he's got all the tattoos on his face, and yeah.
Would you call it Southern rock?
What's that?
Would you call his music Southern rock in a way?
I think his version of music is what the Northern guy thinks Southern rock is.
No, I've heard,
so Ian,
the song for SummerSlam and Twisters. It's actually quite good.
Who cares? Right.
I'm talking.
This feud between the two y'all is crazy. This feud between y'all is wild.
Acknowledge me. Right. So Ian, you're so eager to talk. Let's get to you. Have you heard of Jelly Roll? Do you think he does more than perform?
Yes, I have heard of Jelly Roll. I'm sure he does more than perform. We'll see what he does at SummerSlam. But one of the song he's performing at SummerSlam is quite catchy.
If you say so, okay. If he does more than perform, who do you think he gets involved with then? If anyone.
If a wrestling side things.
No. Tennis side of things. Of course, wrestling.
If he would get involved with anyone, like I could see him get involved with someone like LA Knight or something. They'd suit each other.
Would it be wrestling side of things on a wrestling show? No, it would be Tiddlywinks. What do you think? TJ.
It'll be the Miz.
Okay, you're showing your British side when you say Tiddlywinks.
Okay, whatever. Of course, it's gonna be wrestling. What does do? Whatever.
Snakes and ladders.
TJ,
I think Jelly Roll is going to get in the ring with Dominic and play snakes and ladders.
Have you heard of Jelly Roll? He did something. He did something on Raw with somebody, but who was it? I can't remember.
I remember he helped Randy Orton out during a match once.
Yeah.
Was that what it was? Okay.
So I think he's definitely going to insert. He might insert himself in the LA Knight, Logan Paul kind of a thing, because Logan Paul is super heel, and Logan Paul is going to shit on Cleveland. He's going to come and say, "Oh, I'm from Puerto Rico, not from Cleveland," and Cleveland is going to boo him out of the building. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the Midwest fans. Midwest fans, especially from Cleveland and Detroit, next to Philly, they're disrespectful. Philly's fans are disrespectful off rip.
You could do maybe when Logan. Sorry, TJ. When Logan comes out on SmackDown, you could do something with Jelly Roll. Then maybe, perhaps, we'll have to wait and see. So it leads into SummerSlam. And Marcus, have you heard of Jelly Roll? And do you think he gets involved with LA Knight, Orton, or somebody else?
I think prior to him showing up in WWE, I feel like he was featured on a song from the game and on the game's last album that he put out. I gotta double check that to make sure that's correct. I never heard no music from Jelly Roll other than that possible exception. I don't think if he does get involved, it's gonna be exactly what TJ said in the match with Logan Paul and LA Knight. Yeah. And just a little sidebar, TJ's right. Philly fans we are the most disrespectful fans there are because we are the smartest of the marks.
Is that football? Yeah. Philly, no?
Talking about in terms of all sports and sports entertainment.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
In the terms of
Right.
sports and sports entertainment, absolutely. We're the same people that booed Roman Reigns when that kibosh ass bullshit happened at WrestleMania at the Royal Rumble.
Look at me. You can be a hot crowd after the ECW crowd.
Oh no. We were smart because we like that's a load of bullshit. There's no way Roman just did that with The Rock's help and The Rock tried to put him over.
Yeah.
Nah,
And even
that happened in this city.
And even The Rock got booed. Like, ugh, not good.
Not in this city.
They were rioting
that's why.
They were rioting as well. They were rioting that day as well.
And that's what Rock can use next year. We'll get into this when I think what will happen next year. But The Rock can use that in his feud with Reigns. Oh no, The Rock's heel. Oh, okay. Reigns' face. He could still maybe use it. Anyway. So we've got a horse for SummerSlam, and that person is. None other than Cleveland's own The Miz. Cool, he hosted Mania last year, SummerSlam this year, gives him something to do. I would imagine he does something with R-Truth. Maybe brings somebody out like a Hogan, maybe somebody like that, brings the legend out. Trish Stratus brought out Cena when she hosted Money in the Bank, so maybe he brings the legend out. Let's wait and see. I'm going to start with Marcus first. Do you think Miz does anything, or maybe makes a match or something, or what do you think he does?
Probably makes a surprise match featuring Cena. I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to make a surprise match, have Cena come out because why not start the farewell tour now? So, yeah.
I'd imagine he'll do something with R-Truth and yeah.
Rap off key like he does.
Byron, Trey. I'll call you by your real name, Byron. Okay. What do you think the Miz does?
I could see the Miz getting involved in the Logan match. Like I feel like, Miz and Logan Paul have a long standing storyline wise, and I could definitely see something with him, especially with the fact that no matter heel or face, Miz talks about Cleveland the way MJF talks about Long Island. So if Logan Paul comes and disrespects Cleveland, I could definitely see the Miz having some words there.
Yeah, and I think do you like how the Miz can be a great heel but also a great face? Do you like that from the Miz?
The Miz is one of the more talented people. As a matter of fact, the Miz, in the grand scheme of fans, is more well known than Cody Rhodes.
We're not going to do this again. You're starting something.
I didn't say anything. I didn't do what
You about to do it again. You about to do it.
15 minutes. I've said nothing. We have never broached this subject before in our entire adult lives.
Oh man, here. Oh man.
I suppose the Miz has been going for long, hasn't he? I suppose. But
yeah, I mean, he has more mainstream movies. He actually had a career before wrestling. He doesn't lean on his famous last name, and let's be completely honest. The Miz story is actually quite interesting.
It's very fire. I like it.
Yes, it is. I was on the reality show.
Miz's reality show didn't get canceled.
Be a wrestler.
Ian's crying now.
Like when
I'm
Miz
not
said
laughing.
he was a wrestler,
I'm making a comment on that.
when Miz said back in
Crying.
Miz back in
Cody's God, isn't he? We forget. Let's bow down to fucking Cody Rhodes because it's all about him.
I was all in. Like I was rooting for Miz, even when others weren't rooting for Miz, because I seen his story on The Real World and how he said he was so passionate about wrestling. Even in 2005, he had an OVW contract, and he said, "I'm so close to getting a main roster contract, but right now I'm in developmental." He even said that on He said that on the Challenge. So
I agree with Byron. I guarantee more people would. If you gave very quickly 20 to people, name me 20 wrestlers, I guarantee they would say the Miz before Cody. Guaranteed. I guarantee we'd get to that name before Cody. Probably. Anyway, let's very quickly move on. I know Ian's crying right now because everything is about Cody. Cody's God. No, he's not. TJ, what do you think the Miz does at SummerSlam?
I think the Miz will sucker punch Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Miz might get into it with Logan Paul.
Yeah, because they've got a history, yeah. And Ian, what do you think the Miz does?
He'll have some segment with R-Truth, and then some group of wrestlers will come out and he'll lead to either a tag match or a 6-man, or he'll get involved in the Logan Paul segment.
Because you won't want Cena coming out and overshadowing Cody. Got you. All right, so let's just move on.
Oh my God.
Well, you won't want somebody overshadowing your golden boy, would you? Like John Cena.
The feud that never ends. This is a feud that will never end.
Right, so let's
do this. Come on.
Let's start up the barbecue, grab our beers, slap on the Suntan Lotion, and get ready for SummerSlam. Because let's get to the matches in themselves. Let's get to some championship action first, because it will be.
Do y'all even tan it?
That is right, for the WWE Women's Championship on the SmackDown side of things. And I forgot to put up the banner as well. Let me do that. 1 second. Somewhere here. It's somewhere. There it is. Current reigning defending champion Bayley defends against Nia Jax. SmackDown match at best. This is not a SummerSlam match. Ugh. I'll go to TJ first. Who's walking out champion, and will there be a attempted catch-in by Tiffany Stratton?
Bayley's walking out champion. And Tiffany Stratton's going to have a cash-in attempt.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't have her cash in and fail. I think she needs to keep that briefcase for a while, but Marcus.
Tiffany could make history as the first failed woman cash in, but it's going to be a failed cash in attempt. It's going to be on the cusp of she almost cashed in, but then the cash in almost cost Nia the title. I could see Nia going for the Annihilator. She's about to go up and try and cash in. Nia gives her a sideways look. Bayley comes out of nowhere with the super power bomb, super pin on Nia.
Yeah, but I think they're going to start the feud between Tiffany and Nia, and then one's going to turn face, and I think they're both good heels, and poor booking. Anyway, we'll discuss the poor booking later on. The main match isn't even a championship match. Anyway, Marcus, who's walking out women's champion? Does Tiffany have an attempted catch-in? If so, does she fail?
I love Bayley, but it's time for the Queen to get her crown. It's time for the Queen to get a championship with the crown. So make the Queen of the Ring feel like something. So it's Nia Jax's turn. Let's get it popping. And I feel like Tiffany's actually not going to do nothing. She might come out there, but not do nothing. Not even be a distraction. Just at the commentary table, be cool. If anything. So I think nothing's gonna happen with Tiff as far as that match goes. And Nia Jax is gonna win the championship.
And are you wearing a Yu-Gi-Oh card shirt?
I am wearing a Yu-Gi-Oh shirt, yes.
I agree with making. Okay, I'll go next. I think Bayley retains. I think he's too soon to take the title off her. But also, I would see you have Nia Jax has had a good return. Decent, nice return she's had. A return actually now makes sense. It is why she's back. When she came back, I was like, oh, God. She's as injured as everybody. But now it actually makes sense why she's back. Her winning the title makes Queen of the Ring mean something. But I just think Bayley retains. Then you're going to start the feud between Tiffany and Nia. And one's going to go face. And that's... Ugh. Ian, who's walking out champion? Does Tiffany cash in?
I think Bailey retains the title. Tiffany has a failed cash-in attempt because they're going to save it for when another certain woman, horsewoman, returns.
Charlotte, yeah, I think she's had enough titles.
Yeah, but like, who better to cash? Yes.
I suppose, but does Charlotte need the title? Probably not.
Yeah, she doesn't. But I think
again, that's horrible booking. That's horrible booking. Charlotte Flair isn't growing the product, so
then she could.
Anyway,
Tiffany could benefit more cashing on Charlotte than she would on Bailey or Nia Jax.
But Charlotte's not champion. So
whenever they decide to on her, but she could benefit from more. From that.
So your run sheet tells you that Charlotte's coming back and winning. Right now, the question was: is she cashing in at SummerSlam? Not if you're cashing in 20 years against Charlotte when she's a 50-time champion. Is she cashing in at SummerSlam?
It'll be a failed cash.
Right.
They have a few going. They have a few. These two guys have a few. That's the problem. One person there. No. Before you want to go, Rick, the tribal chief got beat by the American Nightmare. These two guys are marks for those folks. Therefore, they're forever going to have a few build up and going on, while us three just sit here and go, okay.
Here we go. You just called exactly what's going on. Called exactly what's going on.
Okay, you go with that. I'll agree with you on that one.
You just admitted you're a mark. I can admit that I'm a Roman Reigns mark. But anyway, Byron, who's your pick to become champion at SummerSlam, and what does Tiffany Stratton do?
I think Tiffany Stratton helps Nia Jax win the belt. Doesn't cash in, but I think it starts a very interesting feud of Nia owing Tiffany, but then slowly but surely not being able to trust her. And then once Nia loses it, say to somebody down the road, that's when the cash in. But the cash in does not happen at SummerSlam.
So I like that we're all 50-50 here, but like I said, we are picking, I say Bailey, but if this was on a SmackDown, I wouldn't think, oh no, it has to be at SummerSlam. Ugh. Anyway, let's go to another match. That same deal. If this was on a Raw, I wouldn't think let's stick it on a SummerSlam. And that match is on the Raw side of things for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker goes again, tries to beat Sami Zayn. Okay. This is not a SummerSlam match. I think Braun Breaker does it this time. If he doesn't, they failed him. Ian, who are you picking?
I'm going with Braun Breaker on this one because they're saving this for the big pay-per-view matches, so I'm going with Breaker.
And to you, this is a big pay-per-view match. Damn.
Yeah.
So it's not. So it didn't happen at minute.
Launch Breaker as a star.
So it didn't happen at Money in the Bank. It didn't happen at Money in the Bank. So it's big enough for SummerSlam.
Well, the reason it didn't happen in Money in the Bank is because Triple H wanted to say
it did happen at Money in the Bank. So Braun Zayn didn't happen at Money in the Bank.
The reason Braun didn't win.
What show were you watching?
They wanted to save it for SummerSlam. And Triple H likes the big title wins at the big four pay-per-views, so I see this being
right. But the match isn't big enough for SummerSlam. It happened at Money in the Bank. Boring. If this main evented a Raw, you wouldn't think, oh no, it has to be a SummerSlam. Anyway, TJ, who are you picking?
Braun.
He probably has to. I'll say he runs. This should be a squash match, but I bet it isn't.
It isn't a squash match. It's probably going to be a 4-star or a 3.5-star match. But this will free. But when Sammy loses, this will free up Sammy's free time to take on Bloodline 2.0.
Yes.
If this match goes, in my opinion, agree, disagree with it, whichever. If it goes longer than 5 minutes, it should be in. A couple of moves. Sammy does a Hulu kick out, spear, 1, 2, 3, done. Kills him to make him look dominant. Byron, do you agree it should? Well, okay, who are you picking, and do you agree it should be a squash?
I think that I'm going with Braun, like everybody else so far. But I think in terms of it being a squash, I think it should vary. If they really want to make this a big deal, they need to make it a squash match on the level of John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, where it was still a 20-minute or so match, but you could definitely tell this was a overly dominant performance, because you can't just make it like Braun wins, it's still 1-1 between him and Sammy. You have to like so overdo this to the point where you have drilled it in people's head that they've forgotten about this. Like, nobody remembers John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules in like 2012. Nobody remembers that. And the reason why they don't is because when you think about John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, you think of SummerSlam, like 2013 or whatever year it was, where John Cena got suplexed on his head 36 times.
23.
Yeah.
I know how many times.
Was it 20? Or was it not? Was it?
It was supposed to be however many matches The Undertaker had that by that time.
So 50 then.
A hero for children's cancer got suplexed on his head.
The Make-A-Wish kid now sees stars.
Hey, things that wouldn't be cool in real life that wrestling totally makes cool.
Yeah.
Well, apparently if Brock is rough in the ring, I wish the Reigns said he's rough in the ring. I can imagine that he's like huge and just grabs you and throws you around. Marcus, are you going with the rest of us? Braun win.
Braun's going to win, but it's going to be a good work rate match because I don't expect Sammy to be squashed. He's not the kind of dude that's going to get squashed. I expect him to work a good match that is going to last a good 15 to 20 minutes. It's going to show his fighting spirit and all that, but it's going to be Braun Breaker breaking that spirit.
Fair enough. Like I said, you could. That's fine if you disagree with me. Good comment coming in. What's going on, everyone? I was just going to say, Justin and everybody else watching, get your predictions in. So, Justin, we've obviously done the Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, and the match before this, Bayley and Nia Jax. Get your predictions in who you think is winning, like, subscribe, all of that. Everybody else, get your comments in. As I play 1 out of 2, let me quickly play this and we get some more predictions. So let me play this one. Give me 1 second. That is right. Pro Wrestling Tees Goldman's, and I'll make you a t-shirt later on, Marcus, if you like. As I always say, get it shared if nothing else. And my socials on screen right now. So as we get sipping, I've missed. There we are. As we get a sipping, we get another match here. And again, if this match was on Raw, I don't think, oh no, it has to be a SummerSlam. He's had a good story. But, again, this doesn't say SummerSlam to me. Anyway, the match is this. So, for the Women's World Championship on the Raw side of things, I'll get to you coming in a second, Justin. It will be Liv Morgan defending against Rhea Ripley. Let's see what Justin has said. First, Braun Breaker definitely. Has to win here. Having him lose at Money in the Bank was fine, but having him lose twice will cool Bron down. Agreed. And Justin, Bailey, or Nia, and this match as well. This is a good story, but if this was your main event of Raw, I wouldn't think, oh no, stick it at SummerSlam. Who's the star in this one? No one. Yeah, I think Liv retains. I don't think Rhea needs the title yet, and I think maybe Dominic comes into play. But as far as retaining Liv, do we get a? No one's considered this. Does Tiffany cashing in this match? No, I think probably goes after Bailey at some point. Byron, who's walking out Women's World Champion, and does Tiffany cashing in this one? Byron.
I don't think that. I think the Liv wins this one. I don't think that. I don't think Dom does a full turn, but I do think Dominic messes this up for Rhea. I don't think there's a Tiffany cash in, but I do think that we're going to get something that really builds on this story, because Liv doesn't have any real challengers in that division but Rhea. So this is not going to be a long-term thing. But the idea, Liv has never beat Rhea before. So that's something that, to a certain extent, it plays into the story itself. Ray, Dom had never beat his father before because of Liv, he does. Liv had never beat Rhea before because of Dom, she does. So I think we got a good set of stories here, and we really don't need a huge title change here at all. You're going to have enough potential title changes during this pay-per-view as it is.
I agree with, outside of Rhea, what challenges has Liv got? Like, really? Ugh. Good women on.
Yeah. The Raw side of things, you got 9 women that are currently in factions, and you got Zelina Vega. And nobody wants to see Liv versus Zelina Vega.
Oh, yeah. I don't think of it like that. Yeah, you've got Damage Control.
Team
Forehead. Lyra and the KCs.
Yeah, but I said you got Lyra and the Party Girls, you got the Stud Line, and you got the
acknowledge them.
Acknowledge them.
And Damage Control.
I will, right here. Forehead team. Team Forehead.
I like seeing the Stud Line better. Makes
Acknowledge the Stud Line.
I'm gonna keep saying Team Forehead because they forehead's big as shit.
Wow. Not the Shocker. I mean, I feel the Shocker.
Is that how you acknowledge them like this? I acknowledge you.
Acknowledge them.
Like this.
Yeah.
when I go to watch WWE in October, if they're there, I'll be like this. I acknowledge them.
No, just do this.
I thought was it Meechin did that on on Twitter, X, call it what you like. Couple of comments here, so let me read those out first. So Liv retains if Rhea wins. You're basically wrapping the whole thing up. Liv retains. We get more out of this. Correct, yeah.
I agree with him.
They'll extend it a little bit more, but not too much. Also, going Nia beats Bailey as much as it was great to see Bailey win at Mania. Reign has been very flat. Yeah. Also see Tiffany cashing in on 9 afterwards. But then Justin, but that turns either Nia or Tiffany heel face. And I think they're both good heels. But then he's WWE logic. So that's probably what's going to happen. Ian, who have you got here? And do you see, give me 1 second, do you see a cash-in happening at, and that 1 minute will be Tiffany cashing in?
There will be no cash-in for Tiffany in this match. I definitely see Liv winning. Even if Dominic Mysterio doesn't turn on Rhea yet, and he could screw up, but we're forgetting one outside source, because a lot of people have been talking about this. What if Finn Balor plays his part in helping Liv retain? Because everyone has talked about the idea that Finn and Liv are working together.
yeah, a channel I watched. I'll give him a shout out. Potato Chief, he's called. Go and have a look at his channel. He does predictions, and he said something that I didn't notice, and he did. When the locker room, the Judgment Days, where what they call it, treehouse.
Clubhouse.
Big. It got everything got destroyed except for Finn's stuff. So.
And plus, like we've seen interactions with Finn and Liv before. We saw Finn leave a car with Liv. We saw Liv help Finn and JD win the tag team titles. And Finn and Liv have teamed up before to take on the Judgment Day during the time when Edge was leaving.
And Finn taking the hotel room key.
Yeah, or if you want to take us another outside source, is recovered and ready, and she has history with Liv and Rhea, so she could play a part in that, maybe be a bodyguard for Liv, like the way Camille is a bodyguard for Mercedes Moné.
Say that name again, and you went like.
I can also see. I can also see. I can see Raquel coming after Liv, like, oh, you left me behind on your revenge tour. You forgot about me. So now I'm going to make sure you don't forget about me when I throw your ass outside of the arena.
That's good as well, but I think Raquel would be better as a heel. Like, we saw how good she was as a heel in NXT, and when she got to the main roster, like, she was okay. She didn't really progress well as a face. She won a few tag titles, but we saw her try to be a big star against Rhea, and it didn't work out well. So maybe going back as heel might help her out a bit and being like a bodyguard for Liv.
You mean like Liv being Shawn Michaels and her being Mommy Cool Diesel?
Yes, it's kind of like what's going on in the other place with Mercedes Moné and Camille.
Who watches the other place?
Do not compare AEW to AEW to the giant that is WWE.
Pay for HBK deals. Yeah, be like that. It would be like that. And plus, they're nearly like 20, 30 years ago now. So
no one knows what happens. Only you, Ian, knows what happened. Well, I read the results, but apart from that, I couldn't tell you what happens on the show. So only you know here. Anyway.
So that can also help as well.
The real question is going to be, is Dom going to turn on Rhea, or does Dom mess up and cost Rhea? Yeah.
Dom's going to probably cost Rhea. No, Dom's probably going to cost Rhea. That's what we're all expecting. But, Trips likes to throw curveballs every now and again. So let's see.
Yeah. So there's many ways to go by this. I think this will be the opening match because something else will play a bigger part when we get to Priest versus Gunter.
The only reason the main event is the main event because who's returning afterwards. Otherwise, that's your opener right there. Solo Cody is not a main event anywhere. Neither are stars anywhere. Marcus, who have you got winning this match, leaving world champion, and does this get used by Tiffany?
So Dom's gonna cost Rhea the match. So Liv's gonna win, but out of anger, Rhea's gonna attack Liv, hit her finisher on her. Here comes the Barbie cashing in, hitting that pretty ass moonsault, pin 1, 2, 3. Now the title's out the feud, bow, and now we're gonna move on with our lives.
I don't like it when it's how they did with Drew.
I love it due to the fact that, think about it, Rhea and Liv are distracted by each other and Dom. That's a huge distraction. Why not cash in on them? They're not expecting to cash in. That's prime bait to be cashed in on. You're not paying attention. Tiff is on the other show. Tiff has nothing to do with y'all.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, people think, oh, she's cashing in on Bayley, she's cashing in on Nia. No one's expecting her to go and cash in on Liv or Rhea.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna cash right in on Liv, and the title's gonna be out the picture, and they just gonna keep feuding maybe until Bad Blood.
But my thing is, when I like when they have an extended, like Priest did with a briefcase, you never knew who was cashing in. He had a nice long run with it. You've got a whole year. and Drew cashed in on the same night. That's made him look stupid. I got it. It was to progress the story, but it made Drew look stupid. Like, you've got all year, and you chose now.
I mean, you say that like it's a difficult thing. It is not that hard to make Drew look stupid right now. He was the chosen one, not the enlightened one.
True. Who's the enlightened one? Is that Damien Sandow?
Right.
Would you say?
Yeah.
So let's get to another championship. Well, they're all championship matches, aren't they, except for one. Another championship match on the blue brand, and that is this one right here. So, in this hot match, hot like SummerSlam, for the US Championship, LA Knight takes on Logan Paul. Got a long comment here. Let me read this first out. Wow, look at this. Liv and Rhea has to keep the world title in it. After Liv took out Rhea, forcing her to vacate it, you don't take away, I mean, not getting her revenge, but getting the title. She never lost. I don't think you put the title back onto Rhea anytime soon. And in a way, the injury was as they say, a blessing in disguise, because I think Rhea would never lost it, ever. Not ever, but she was champion for over a year. So, in a way, good that she got, no, not good. No, it's never good that anybody gets injured, but good because look what's happened. So, but yeah, this match, again, if this main event of the summer, it's big because of Logan Paul. Otherwise, this main event's a SmackDown. You don't think, oh no, stick it on SummerSlam. So far, 4 matches in, all matches could easily be on a Raw or SmackDown or a smaller pay-per-view. But, Byron, have you got LA Knight winning, or does Logan Paul retain?
I got LA Knight winning. I mean, I think LA Knight has to beat a megastar in order to do this. You have Logan Paul, who has had 2 actual defenses in over 250 days. I think,
which is good.
Huh? You said it's good.
Very good. Very good. His title matches mean something. He defended twice, made the Rumble, Mania. Perfection. How well have they booked his title run? Very, very well. His title matches mean something, and now you're going to want to watch because they don't happen every week on SmackDown, every pay-per-view. So for everybody saying he hasn't defended the title, good. He shouldn't. But anyway, Byron, sorry, you were gone.
No, you're good. You're good. I was about to say literally most of that. But if you think about it, that was the whole point. His point was never to have to defend the title. He's not the workhorse. He's the megastar. LA Knight, though, is really in a win or cut bait situation here. The last big program he was in was the program with Reigns, and everybody knew he was not beating Reigns. His crowd reactions have been a little bit cooler ever since. He's starting to kind of pick it back up with Logan Paul. So I think that him beating Logan Paul in Cleveland after Logan Paul runs down Cleveland is going to be a huge moment for his career, because it's going to be his first singles title since he got to WWE.
Unless you're counting the $1 million title, I suppose. Or not?
Yeah, but I mean, even then.
Main roster title. Okay, then.
Yeah.
I'll read Justin's comments and give my thoughts. Absolutely, LA Knight wins here. Logan Paul's reign hasn't even been close, big enough that it should have been. No, it's been bigger. He's defended it twice at the 2 major pay-per-views. His title matches mean something. They're not, here comes another US title match on SmackDown. Boring.
And in unrelated news, Logan Paul was forced to apologize to the Italian boxer because he misgendered her. Because
I was going to bring that up now.
Huh?
I was going to mention that.
Okay. So God, I think LA Knight wins, but now you've got Logan Paul, and now that title's have been devalued. As soon as the 1, 2, 3 happens, that title's devalued. Also, you're not going to see Logan again probably till Survivor Series or Saudi maybe. So that's another star gone. So if a certain someday or two, which we'll talk about, 2 certain people come back, that's 2 stars, but that's it. Otherwise, let's say they don't come back, WWE has no stars. Well done, WWE. Well done.
I can see Logan Paul coming back to maybe have a rivalry with, say his name and he'll appear.
Maybe, but I can't see him back till Saudi. Maybe Saudi. He won't be at Berlin. He's not going to be at whatever the September pay-per-view is. He won't be at Bad Blood. Probably won't be seen again till November, I would imagine. But I might be wrong. We'll see. TJ, have you got LA Knight winning this one?
Yes. Shout out to Hagerstown, Maryland, LA Knight's hometown.
The Rock ripoff. Ian, I know LA Knight's your boy, and you consider him to have talent, even though he's never got a promo that's good or had a match that's good. I'll go back and watch. And he's been on the roster for 2 years now. Ugh, what a waste. Anyway, Ian, you got LA Knight winning?
Yeah, it's been long over.
You keep cutting out, but go on.
It's been long overdue. Time to pull the trigger.
Right, I heard it that time. Thank you. And
Can I say something really quick? I hate when people say it's been long overdue. They deserve this. Y'all sound like that is the biggest mark statement in history. Like, you know why John Cena is a 16 times champion? Because somebody in an office building said, let's make this dude champion. It's not like it's competition. It's like, oh my God, he's so heartbroken he didn't win the title.
Are you listening to that, Ian? It's not real. No one really is winning. Not real. Yeah. It's predetermined and scripted. No one has ever won a title. Ever. It's not real.
For more competition than what we're actually getting here. It's performative. Like, you think that Drew McIntyre is actually mad that CM Punk cost him the title at WrestleMania? You think that Seth Rollins is actually mad that, you allowed Damian Priest to retain? No. They're more famous, but all 3 of those guys are more famous than the world title picture right now. Matter of fact, putting people on that list, guess what? Fun fact. I can bet you that Seth Rollins and CM Punk are probably more well-known than Cody. And on top of it,
Ian's absolutely crying because Ian doesn't like people disagreeing with him and agreeing with me.
If we're doing the airport test, Drew McIntyre looks more like a star than Cody Rhodes. So, thank you.
but Cody's God. All these guys from AEW in WWE because of Cody. No.
He's entitled to his opinion.
So he's wrong. So okay. The guy that writes, Byron, that writes for Bleacher Report is wrong. Just remind me, Ian, what's the article you write for?
Hang on. Did I say I was right? I was right or wrong? I'm just saying he's entitled to his opinion.
It's the article you write for.
I didn't say anything about that. I just said he's entitled to his opinion.
No. Tell me the article you write for.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, no. So Julie Byron, who writes for Bleacher Report, knows a lot more.
Will never.
A well-known wrestling website that people go to get wrestling news.
I volunteer to be special guest referee during your feud,
and gets paid to write articles for it.
I just want to be the guy that rings the bell.
And yes,
I guess I'm announcing.
And yes, wrestling's not really. No one really wins or loses. It's predetermined, scripted. These titles aren't real. Let's strip back the curtain. Cody, Rock, Hogan, anybody has never really won. Someone backstage has written down, "You're winning." Didn't really win. Didn't really happen. visually it happens, but it's a script. They're following a script. They're doing their job of following the script, like a movie actor. Script, predetermined, not real. Work.
The argument falls flat when you realize that they didn't put any title on him when he was the best-selling merchandise guy.
Who?
Remember when LA Knight was the best-selling merchandise guy? They didn't put a title on him then, so what else you got to do to deserve it in a business?
Right, I apologise for this, Marcus, of this feud continuing. Do you have LA Knight winning, or does the guy...
Listen, I'm waiting for you and Ian to have a damn match. That's all I'm waiting for. So as far as LA Knight versus Logan Paul is, listen, Logan Paul gonna take that BFT LA Knight. Yeah, he's gonna get the title. Listen, it is what it is. I understand the whole thing about Logan Paul being a superstar and all that, but mega whoop-de-doo. Especially for the Gen Zers, any Gen Zers watching out there, that's your boy. I get it. Fuck him, low key. But yeah. I mean, put on good matches, learned the business really well, but also fuck him though. So LA Knight for the dub.
And Logan also is a massive name, so that's a big win for LA Knight. Okay, it's big for talent at SummerSlam. If Braun wins, LA Knight wins, that's big for them. It's the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. It's just the matches aren't that big. But let's get to one that actually is the biggest match on the card. Way bigger than the main event. And that is this one right here. And Byron doing the Seth Rollins dance. This is the biggest match on the card. Main event isn't. A match that hasn't even got a title on the line is the biggest match. That's bad booking. This has had 7 months, well, to November. So 8 months of build. So much bigger than the main event. The main event is there because of who's coming back. So that's it. So CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, special guest referee Seth Rollins. This is a big match. If this is big enough for SummerSlam, we'll go with you, Marcus. Who you got? The best in the world?
This match is, first of all, this match is big enough for SummerSlam since they've been building it for so long. Best in the world. Okay, CM has been not the best in the world. We're not going to keep using that title for that man. Let's stop doing that. I know what I would like to see, but I feel like I know what's going to happen. I feel like CM Punk is going to get a win. To my discretion, I don't want to see him get the dub. But it's going to come with some tomfoolery. The match is going to become a no DQ match because Seth Rollins is not going to give a shit. He's going to take his good ass time counting the 1, 2, 3. But it's going to be CM has been Phil. It's going to be Mr. Phillip getting the dub.
Who hurt you? What did the bad CM Punk do to you?
Let me give you something. To me, he's just a has-been. He quit. He got fired. Whatever. What the AEW did? Nothing.
What did AEW do? The same thing they do with everything.
They both suck. He sucked. They suck. That's the point here. They ass. They all ass. So to me, CM Punk
the level of your competition.
Except Tony Storm.
Listen, CM Punk's ass. If he couldn't bring it up, if he couldn't help bring AEW to standard. I'm sorry. You don't cut the cheese.
As far as the records go, Warner Brothers and Forbes both assessed that in the time that since CM Punk has left, AEW has lost $200 million in value. So before we get into this, this is a statistical fact. So when you say He couldn't bring it up. He did. It's
Yeah,
like
he
now,
bought the he bought the supermarks. I agree.
It's getting ratings levels that Collision used to get. Everything is going down.
They lost 200 million. That's never good. The business shouldn't be any business shouldn't be losing any money. But that's 200 million. Ugh.
How are you the best-selling T-shirt for a company you haven't worked for in 6 months? You realize when he debuted at Survivor Series, he had the #1 selling T-shirt on AEW and WWE, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
and guess what? When he reappeared,
unfamiliar to your feelings, but these are
listen.
facts.
Listen. I get it.
My trap card.
That's fine.
To sing the words of your fellow countrywoman, Ricky, even though you don't know who she is because she's not 50 Cent. Feelings, you stay in your feelings. Yet we know you don't like Punk, but we know you ain't gonna fight Punk.
Listen, I would hand that man a one anytime, any day. He could come see me in Philly. Let's go 1-on-1, Mr. Phillip. I don't care.
Who's that? Me, I was like, hold on, wait.
No, I'm talking about Phil. No, I'm talking about Phil.
Not you.
No, don't be.
Like we
don't be.
Oh, she wants to fight. Oh crap.
Nah. Don't be. Only with Mr. Phillip. Only with Phillip.
Who's the singer you were?
LMA.
Yeah, LMA.
So TJ, who you picking here? Phil or Drew? Who have you got here?
I'd call it a no contest that'll go on until Bad Blood.
I like that.
I call no contest.
I think Drew wins. He's got to win. Punk has made him look stupid throughout. He's going to get Punk's going to get distracted by the bracelet. Then you will continue the feud without Rollins. You could do a match at Bad Blood. I don't think you do Hell in a Cell. I think that goes to maybe somebody else. But if it is Hell in a Cell, okay, cool. That's how you end the feud. But I think Drew's got to win this. Does Punk really need the win? Punk's still going to get cheered after SummerSlam.
Yes, he needs the win. He needs the win, yo. He hasn't been in action for how long? Since the Royal Rumble? He needs that dub.
Yeah, he needs it definitely.
Ian,
Drew needs this more than anything. I mean, Drew, like if you think about if you really want to go down the losses that Drew has gone through in this time period, Drew needs this win more than you know. See, if you want the feud, it goes like to the Liv and Rhea thing. If you want the feud to continue, CM Punk has to take the loss. He's got to be chasing this. CM Punk is bigger than wrestling, so he doesn't need this win. Drew does, and you've covered every base because Seth Rollins is the referee. He already don't like Punk. It's like it doesn't necessarily have to be a clean job to make it understandable, to make it worthwhile. And like you said, you get distracted by the bracelet, you do something, any number of things can happen here that'll still keep it to where it goes. And I think one of the other things that we have to look at is, does anybody know what's the pay-per-view after Bash in Berlin?
Bad Blood.
No, right? No, it's not. That's in October. It's No Mercy, and then I presume WWE. I don't know what the main roster pay-per-view is called, but
No Mercy is NXT pay-per-view. Bad Blood will have to be the next one because
no. So when's the date of Bad Blood is October. So the main roster. So there's going to be no pay-per-view at all in September, is there? WWE never skips September. So the next pay-per-view, no idea.
Berlin is the last day of the month, isn't it?
And then it's No Mercy, and then whatever in September. Bad Blood is October 5th. There'll be a pay-per-view in September. There might be a WCW pay-per-view, according to rumors. It might be New Blood Rising. I don't know how true that is.
Wasn't that an NWO pay-per-view?
WCW, NWO. Yeah.
I was saying that was one of the NWO name pay-per-views back in the day. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a WCW pay-per-view.
That's the rumors, whether that's a pay-per-view or not. But then you've got New Blood and you've got Bad Blood, so I don't know if they'll do that. But Ian, have you got a winning CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, who gets a hand raised high at the end of the match at SummerSlam?
I'm going to say Punk on this one because we have to say Seth Rollins is going to is going to be the Shawn Michaels in this Bret Hart Undertaker feud that we're seeing at the moment. He's going to have the chair. Drew is going to get the hit, and then Punk gets the pin. And then they can continue the feud. Drew can win the next two, and Drew can get the Hell in a Cell win.
He just continue to make Drew look stupid. Then again, it's WWE logic. It's WWE logic. WWE book. It's WWE logic and WWE booking. So,
but Drew is handled
WWE had the Wyatt Six match on versus Gable and Creed on Raw next week rather than SummerSlam, and the Bloodline versus DIY rather than on SmackDown rather than SummerSlam. So WWE booking, Punk probably wins, but should he? No. Because Drew just couldn't. Let's say he looked stupid throughout SummerSlam, Clash, Money in the Bank, just ugh.
But it adds more fuel to his fire. It just really adds more fuel and strength to his fire, and that will lead to more angrier Drew.
2 more matches to go. One more ad. Let me play that and then get to the final 2 matches here and possible returns. But let's go with this now.
To never miss a second, never miss an upload, never miss anything I do, and never miss when I go live doing Watch Voices and my brand new podcast live Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. The Reigning Rock Podcast. Add me on Facebook, Ricky J. Pate. Whilst there, search on Facebook WWA World Wrestling Alliance. Follow me on X at Ricky Goldmans. Head over to Pro Wrestling Tees and search Goldmans1 and head over to my YouTube channel. Search, like, and subscribe to the People's Wrestling Channel. That once again, the People's Wrestling Channel.
And follow me, do all of that. And of course, join me, TJ, and Marcus. I know Marcus can't make it every Wednesday, but most Wednesdays on the Reigning Rock Podcast. So 2 more matches for SummerSlam, and we'll go to the next one. Of course, is championship action on the Raw side of things, and it will be this one right here. So the World Heavyweight Championship, reigning defending champion Damian Priest defends against Gunther. Again, if this was a main event of Raw, or let's say Money in the Bank, this isn't a SummerSlam match, in my opinion. And then it's had a nice storyline, but neither should be losing this. I like both. Priest is now starting to feel like a world champion. Gunther, I think, wins, but neither, but Gunther. Ian, what do you think?
Gunther, it's his time. Like, he's shown he's a pay-per-view star, he's a PLE star. He's ready to move on to bigger things. It's his time.
Pay-per-view. You don't need to go with the WWE garbage. It's a PLE. Pay-per-view. Anyway, yeah, Gunther. TJ, who've you got?
Ooh, this is a tough one. So I got Damian, because if Rhea's going to lose, Damian's going to retain. If Damian loses, Rhea gets it. It has to balance the balance of power has to balance out some way. Judgment Day still has to have a stake. They're either going to have a lock on the women's division or they're going to have a lock on the world championship division. They can't have both, either one. So for me, I'm going to call Damian. Since I already called it for Liv, I'm going to call it for Damian.
Do you do Gunther winning he's from Austria, obviously Berlin, Germany, but do you have Gunther winning there?
I have Gunther possibly maybe winning in Bash in Berlin, but not at SummerSlam.
But wouldn't winning at Bash Berlin be a bit too predictable?
Yeah, but it would still put him over.
Okay.
Well, so you want to talk about predictability. I'll keep that thought at the back of my mind for the next match we talk about.
Megan didn't win the world title when she went to Puerto Rico.
So if predictability in wrestling, whatever. Well, I'll keep that thought. Byron, who have you got here? Are you going with Gunther like me, Priest like TJ?
I'm going with Damian Priest on this one. The build up to this has been such a great story that it reminds you a little bit of, kind of like there's elements of Triple H versus Booker T when he said people like you don't win the world title. But there's also like the story that Jericho used to tell in his book. Jericho says, if you tell somebody that they're trash and you beat them, what does that do for you? And so you tell Damian Priest that he's trash. And Damian Priest comes in and he beats you, but it's got to be something to it. Maybe it's somebody else that comes out. Maybe it's Carlito or JD or somebody who Damian Priest like freaks out because it's like, yo, I didn't need your help. Well, now Gunther loses the match, and now he somehow gets a rematch because some chicanery or something else happened, and so he gets the match at Bash at Berlin. Now he has to take Damian Priest seriously. It's no longer I'm just better than you. You're trash. You don't deserve this. It's like, okay. At the end of the day, you said all these things about me, but I'll beat you. Mm-hmm. So it's like the storyline reads, yeah, it's predictable at Bash at Berlin, but what happens if Damian Priest actually won? When Damian Priest wins at SummerSlam, is it really as predictable at Bash at Berlin? What does Gunther need to do differently? What do they have to show us different about Gunther during that time frame?
More aggression.
Yeah.
Right.
So two things there. First of all, So two things there. I agree. Like if you bury your opponents, call them trash, call them an idiot, call them whatever. You've beat them. You've beaten trash. You've beaten an idiot. Okay. And also, I think it's not predictable at Bash at Berlin. Bash at Berlin's a glorified house show. That's all it is. It's not a great big event. It's just like Clash, glorified house show. Yeah. The title change. The
problem is that Gunther winning at SummerSlam is overly predictable because the vast overwhelming majority of people say, oh, it's Gunther. He won. He was champ for like 682 days. He's definitely going to beat Damian Priest. And it's like, what if he doesn't?
But Bash at Berlin, glorified house show. Does the title ever change hands on a house show?
Yes.
Very rarely.
Yes.
Very rarely. So, and that's all it's going to be. It's a house show that's on the network.
Yeah. Because if you think about it, shows don't sell off one match. When you think about it, shows don't sell off one match. That might bring people from Germany and Austria in, but what is it going to make Ricky watch that pay-per-view? Unless you got something else.
Well, I'll watch it.
You said
I'll watch it anyway, but
you said this match was a Raw main event, so obviously it's not going to have you as interested unless they give something better. You got to give a story.
Well, I would be watching anyway, but I know what you're saying. Other people that might not. And Marcus, who have you got winning, Gunther, or does Priest walk out as still your reigning defending world heavyweight champion?
Actually, I got Gunther winning. I think Gunther's pissed off still, maybe about the Intercontinental scene, and realized that he got to move on. And he showed more aggression on Raw with the Finn Balor match. I feel like, yeah, I get what y'all saying about like, what do you really get from calling someone stupid? I mean, but for Gunther, this means a little bit more to him from the promo that he's cutting. Like, yo, you're not going to be disrespecting the sport of wrestling no more. It's my time. It's my turn. I'm going to make it prestigious again. Just the way I brought up the IC title, I'm going to do the same thing with this title. Yeah, I'm the king of the ring, but now you're going to call me your world heavyweight champion. And ain't nothing y'all going to do about it. And this is going to also be a reflection of somewhat of the turmoil that Judgment Day has been going through. So in a way, I'm kind of going against what TJ was saying too about, the opposite ends of the spectrum. Somebody got to run the Judgment Day. No, we're going to keep them in turmoil to keep them interesting. Yeah. So rather than both of them have a title, both of them lost it. So the only champions that's in the Judgment Day is going to be Finn and Junior Finn.
JD. And what are they doing with the World Tag Titles? Nothing. Since Mania, nothing.
Well, guess what? That's once again a reflection of what's happened in the Judgment Day. It's just gonna be like it's turmoil after turmoil after turmoil because, as everybody always says, who's really the leader? And the answer is nobody. They're a stable that has no leader. But if you have no leader, it's gonna be unstable. So that's my call on that.
Here's the thing,
Ian, you want to talk
about? Does he have a long reign up to Mania?
There we go. I was just going to say that. You want to talk about predictability. Whenever Gunther wins SummerSlam, Bash, Bad Blood, next year's Mania 50, whenever. He's going to have a long title reign. There we go. There's your predictability.
Yeah. I got it.
Every win, predictable.
I already got the idea. Of what's going to happen, but I'm going to save that for a whole nother time.
Whenever Gunther wins, he's only that title for a long time. He then becomes like a Reigns. Of course, Gunther's winning this match. He's not going to lose to whoever. He's going to have a nice long title reign. But you want to talk about predictability, and you the guy that said it. Let's talk about the next match. Very predictable. And if it's so predictable, let's not watch the main event. Okay, right. So the main event, and the only reason it is because who might return. This isn't a main event match. If this took place on the SmackDown. So if this took place on the SmackDown, again, I don't think, oh no, it has to be SummerSlam. It's the only reason it's a main event is who might be returning afterwards. That's it. Cody isn't a main eventer, and Solo, as much as I like Solo, and he's improving, he's not a main eventer either. I think this is 50-50. I think Solo could do it. Makes more sense. Because if a certain somebody's returning, which we'll get to in a second, so he's going to return to take on a loser. And Solo wants to say, I'm the tribal chief, I'm the head of the table. And he loses? Which makes more sense. A certain tribal chief returns to take on the new WWE champion, or returns to take on a loser. So you have Solo win, grabs a microphone. Now you all acknowledge me. Holds up the title. Out comes a certain head of the table. There's how you end SummerSlam. Solo reigns at Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. So Solo wins and destroys Reigns, taking him out for a month. He comes back, builds a team, which won't take long. The Usos, Sami, Reigns, and maybe somebody else. Reigns team wins at Survivor Series, earning a title shot at Rumble. Reigns wins the Rumble, wins at Rumble. The Rock wins the Rumble by being heel and he can fire who he likes. He can in real life. He can. So he gets to say, "Get out the ring." Rock Reigns at Mania of the title. And the story is, does the Rock screw Reigns? That's a money match. It's not Rock Cody. If the Rock's looking at pound signs, dollar signs, he's making more money with Reigns than he is with Cody. Or another way you could have it is, Reigns wins the Rumble and the Rock beats Solo. No, sorry, beats Cody at Survivor Series. Saudi. But this match, I'll say Cody, which would make no sense. But Cody. Byron, who have you got?
I gotta go with Cody on this. I mean, the sad part about it is Cody's entire reign has been him getting help by somebody. So this is gonna pretty much be us going towards type. Cody's gonna get help by Reigns. I think what could be very interesting though is the possibility of Hikuleo debuting. Especially if he plays the bloodline, like in terms of different, like I think he would be a really good red herring to come out first and then kind of be like Reigns is like the herald to Reigns is Galactus. And then like everybody's like, oh, Hikuleo's coming. Okay, well, this, that, Cody is in so much deep trouble. And it's like, here comes Reigns, like to save the day. I mean, the end goal of Reigns' Acknowledge Me run has always, I think, at some point been to turn Reigns into a face. Because as big as he was as a heel, and this is like with star power and nobody else was touching at the time, a face Reigns would be beyond unstoppable.
And as soon as his music hits at SummerSlam, if it's the same music, there we go. Cody's out the big. Cody, who? Did Cody win? We don't know. Reigns is back. Ian, do I even need to ask you? You're a golden boy who, if we ask you, has invented Earth. But who are you picking?
Cody wins. It's simple enough. Roman versus Solo doesn't need to be about the title. It's all about the bloodline itself and not about the title. And plus, then once Cody is through with Soto, if The Rock or Reigns are not back for the title scene, then you have to put Cody with Randy Orton because they've been building that up since June. We've seen Randy eye up the title in the last while. We've seen Randy talk about that he'll be there for Cody. At some point, he's going to turn on Cody. So we need to.
So The Rock's going to be. Oh yeah, so it's going to be a Rock Cody at Bad Blood, isn't it? The Rock's going to be on a B-level pay-per-view. If The Rock wrestles at all, if The Rock wrestles at all this year, it'll be Saudi. That'll be it. That's where he takes the title. It won't be Bash at Berlin. It won't be September pay-per-view. It won't be Bad Blood. Won't be Survivor Series. He might be out Survivor Series, but he won't wrestle there. It'll be Saudi. That'll be it. If he's going to wrestle at all this year.
We've had no confirmation that The Rock has come back to WWE at the moment. Yeah, he's finished filming Smash Machine.
No. You hope he doesn't come back. No. You hope he doesn't come back because as soon as he does, Cody's even more overshadowed.
No, because there's no confirmation about it. Am I right there? There's no confirmation that The Rock is
yet. No. Well, there is, because he said it in his promo as soon as he's finished making his movie, he's coming back. Guess what? It's been made. He's coming back. So yes, he confirmed it in his last promo.
You have say if Reigns is coming back, do you have The Rock overshadow Reigns? Like Reigns is going to be like a once in a lifetime.
The Rock overshadows everybody. The Rock overshadows everyone. You just don't want him to come back because that's Cody even more overshadowed.
Yeah,
anyway,
Reigns being overshadowed.
At least you agree that he overshadows Cody. The Rock overshadows everybody. He's The Rock. TJ, who have you got? Cody or Solo?
Adrenaline in his soul. Hero icon Cody Rhodes. His name is Cody Rhodes.
Right, Ian, Mark.
You're just mad because instead of Moose, we're gonna get Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes in a Nigerian versus Nigerian match.
Obafemi is great.
Ooh.
He's a future.
Ooh.
And finally, Marcus, who have you got walking out your undisputed WWE champion and taking, give me a second, this title home? There we are.
It's gonna be the dude with the skull tattooed on his neck with the American flag on it.
Oh God!
And the reason he's gonna win the match, he's gonna hit 2 crossroads, as I like to call it, click click boom, because it looks like a gunshot when people take it correctly. And plus he click click pumps it. He's gonna click click boom. So he's gonna retain. Either Brock is gonna come out and be like, so I saw what you did to my bull, and I don't like that. It's either going to be him coming out, or it's going to be Roman. Roman's music going to hit. He's going to come out. He's going to be like, so. He's going to tell the crowd to acknowledge him. Then it's going to be like, so what was all that you were saying that you're the tribal chief and you're going to get the title back? You did worse than I did. And everybody's going to laugh, and Solo's going to look like a joke because he kind of is a joke. And then his bloodline gonna come out, and then Jimmy gonna show up, and there might be one other Samoan that we haven't seen yet that's on Roman's side, but it's gonna be Mr. Click Click Boom. It's gonna be Mr. Neck Tattoo with the American flag. It's gonna be Cody Rhodes retaining the title.
And as Byron says, the fact they have to hit 3 finishers means his finisher means nothing. You can't just hit one and that's it.
No, it's
you have to do.
He's gonna hit 2.
In the States, we call it put a little on it, or razzle dash.
Yeah, you put a little sauce.
How many?
I know HP sauce is the big thing over there, but here in America, we have different flavor sauces.
I just want to know how many super kicks.
Well,
I mean, how much sweet chili did Shawn Michaels had to put on it?
Is it possible?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he didn't have to do. Oh yeah, true. Shawn Michaels didn't have to do multiple super kicks, did he? Oh yeah.
Nah. So here's the thing. I think Cody wants to do 2, right?
Orton doesn't have to
it's
do
not that I need to. Let me just do 2 of them just for fun, just for the sake of like you made my life hell, so I need to give you 2 click click booms just to get to get rid of you. Just be done with this.
How about
things.
3 click
Wise
click
man.
booms?
Wise
2
man.
for
I
the
heard
Ian.
what you said.
and 1 for Money in the Bank.
Wise man. I heard what you said.
Ian.
Brock Lesnar's comeback could be possible if Paul Heyman comes out first. That could be possible because Paul has a special place in his heart for Brock and vice versa. They hate each other, and for anybody else to fuck up Paul aside from Brock, that's an issue. Like, hey, you fucked up my home.
And if Brock does come back, unfortunately, and if Brock does come back, guess what, Ian? Well, that means Cody overshadowed instantly. As soon as you hear the shut it, I can't do Lesnar's music, but as soon as you hear it, Cody's forgotten about.
What were you just saying there, TJ?
I was saying that basically Cody, so also keep in mind, Cody is the first man to pin Solo on the main roster.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But just to go back on the Brock thing, what about that old saying, there's no smoke without fire?
True. And Brock definitely brings smoke and fire.
And you're saying
so, of course, we could have
Cody being overshadowed by Brock. Wasn't Cody?
Of course he was. Oh my god! Brock. So just tell me, when did that UFC match that Cody won? When was it?
He still beat Brock?
Ian? No, Ian. In a scripted match. You tell me that UFC championship Cody had.
Hold on, Rick. We are talking about WWE, right? We are talking about scripted. We are talking about scripted, right? Hold on, no.
Brock's a megastar compared to Cody.
No. I need to hurt you just a little bit. We're talking about scripted. We're not talking about a real fight. We're talking about the fact that Brock put over Cody. We're not talking about nothing else. So keep it scripted. Keep it there.
I'm saying Brock's a megastar. Cody's a zero compared to Brock, a complete zero.
But Brock also put Cody over. Does that not help Cody stardom in some way?
Yeah. What happens in UFC happens in UFC. What happens in WWE happens in WWE.
WWE scripted, UFC real.
He's not saying that it does. He's saying that you're acting like Cody Rhodes put the pause to Brock Lesnar, like he really beat him, and it's just like.
Mm-hmm.
He was scheduled.
Ian, are you listening? Are you listening, Ian? He didn't really beat him. It's not real.
Yeah,
No one really wins. They are following a script. Merely following
and I think
their
that's the
job.
thing here.
That's like
We're
saying
talking
that,
about-
that's like saying because somebody beat somebody else 16 times that they're definitely gonna beat them the 17th time. Like, no, it's like with wrestling, you can go 50-50 from here into forever. That's why if you do your promos, your wins and losses really don't matter. Like, we've seen people like go on massive losing streaks, cut great promos, and it keeps them just as relevant as they were when they first started.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
here's the thing.
Cody versus Brock, it's already been done. So
Cody is going to get overshadowed by anybody. So check this out. Cody is going to get overshadowed by whoever shows up. It don't matter if it's The Rock. It don't matter if it's Roman. It don't matter if it's Brock. He's going to get overshadowed by anybody that's new showing up at the end of the show because it's the end of the show. That's it. That's all. If it's not Cody Rhodes' music hitting and he's just walking up the ramp, he's going to be overshadowed. It's not because, he's not a big star, but that's the latest thing that happened during the show. So here's a good example. Do we remember when, I'm sure we all remember when the Women's Royal Rumble happened, right? The very first one.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
Ronda. Yeah.
That overshadowed the whole Rumble. Was the Rumble a good Rumble? No, but it overshadowed the fact that Asuka won the damn thing. That was asinine, wasn't it?
Oh, hang on,
very bad booking.
I'll go.
That was asinine. And I see that all of us shook our heads. Yeah. So you're going to remember the last thing that happened. Right. That's asinine too. But the last thing we see is going to be the thing that's going to be fresh in our heads whenever the next show comes on, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, whatever. The last thing that happened during that show is going to be like, yo, everybody seen that part? No one's going to care about the matches. Yeah, Cody Rhodes' music. If his music hits and nothing happens, we're going to remember the whole damn card. If Roman comes out, if The Rock comes out, if Brock comes out with Paul Heyman, as far as Brock or Roman goes, we're going to remember that because it's going to be like, oh shit, the Bloodline's in trouble. But outside of that, Cody's going to be remembered. We can't make it seem like it's just going to be Cody's fault. It's like, yo, that's the last thing that happened at the show. We can't do nothing about that. Like, that's how it is.
It's the same when CM Punk came back at Survivor Series after Cody got the pinning win in the War Games match.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, but
that was the last thing that happened.
Everyone's talking about Punk returning. Everyone.
Yeah, but that was still the last thing that happened at the show. And listen, WWE pumped that joint out all the time. And look who came back. And look who came back. And look who came back. And it's like, hey, look who came back.
Look who came back.
So I will quickly go around. So I'll start with Byron. Are you still there, Byron? Or have you turned into John Cena? I think he's turning. Oh no, I thought you turned into John Cena. So does our tribal chief come back or The Rock? If you're gonna pick one.
Tribal Chief. I don't see Rock coming back until Mania season.
Yeah, okay. Ian, Reigns or Rock or both? Or neither? Well, probably neither. It would be neither, won't it?
I'm going to go with Reigns on this one. I think they need to have that face-off. If necessary, we have Jimmy come back.
Because, right, okay. TJ?
Roman and Brock. To show that Paul has that mega power for the bloodline.
And if that happens, Ian will burst into tears because his little boy.
And the crowd will chant at the bloodline. You up.
TJ, instead of the mega powers, would Roman and Brock not be the modern day Dangerous Alliance?
They could be.
And Marcus, Rock, Reigns, neither, both.
Neither Samoan, but Brock Lesnar.
The beast.
Incarnate.
Yes, so I'll just quickly get you to promote a few bits here. So we'll go with you for some that. First, We're going with first. We'll go you, Byron. FTW, promote it.
FTW is still the greatest prediction league in all of the modern world, all over the internet, all over here, over there. Titles galore, storylines galore, the best promos, the best characters, and the most organized system available.
And Geek Vibe Nation, you write articles for. Obviously, more important,
should be your first stop for wrestling news, for anime news, for TV, for film. You want, matter of fact, Comic-Con coverage. That's something big. The San Diego Comic-Con just having passed. Comic-Con coverage is always still a big thing. New York Comic-Con is coming up in a couple of months. You guys are going to want to know like all the information about it. Geek Vibe Nation has it for you.
Yeah, Comic-Cons or conventions are very popular. Like I said, I only go to a wrestling one. I think I've been to one Comic-Con, but yeah.
I'd love to go to American Comic-Con.
Yeah, but then I prefer obviously love the one I go to. Love a wrestling. Obviously, that's just wrestling. So my perfect world. Marcus, your YouTube first, and then Instagram, but YouTube first.
Well, if you like random stuff about food, wine, spirits, skateboarding, college football, just anything, hit up the YouTube channel and my Instagram. I'm much more on there. Vlog, pop into I vlog on my story. Of course, I post about being on the Rain and Rock podcast anytime I'm on it. So, I'm out here also helping out my guy Ricky in the process. And yeah, check out my Instagram or my YouTube. My Instagram is very simple. It's Mark Loves Lemon Pepper.
Definitely check out both. I would say more. I would say more your YouTube. Would like that to grow. Would like that to get more subscribers. Like I said, hopefully we can work together and build that. And last but not least, TJ, where are we? Where are we here? Somewhere. So the real wrestling that.
This is my Fred Brothers channel. He manages it. My brother Brandon Guy. He also has a YouTube channel called Championship Culture, where he discusses the different championships and the different titles, along with the lineages, the title holders, and people who have come before and come after the title, as well as interview other wrestlers.
Wow.
That's very good.
Always good to get interviews, even though, I'll probably never interview a famous wrestler, but who knows? I've interviewed Byron, so that's my life complete now. That's it. I can die happy. Yeah, good interview though last night.
I had fun.
It was a good interview.
So yeah, I'll be doing a SummerSlam watch along this Saturday. TJ, Byron, Marcus, feel free to jump on if you want, but I will be at a watch party, so I won't be able to hear you if you do jump on. So it's your choice, or you jump on for All In or Bash at Berlin or No Mercy or any of the events coming up. And of course, Byron, can you do Monday as well, or are you busy Monday?
Monday, I'm going to probably be busy. I have actually been running solo for the past month, and my family comes home tomorrow. So I think for at least a week, I get to go back and be the greatest dad of the world.
Have they been? You call
that.
That's right.
You call it vacation. I'll call it a holiday. Have they been on holiday?
Yep. The kids have been gone. They've been visiting their in-laws for a month, and so
where's that?
That's in Michigan, which is like in the Midwest of our country. So it's
closer to Canada.
Yeah, you still say at the same time. Close to Canada.
Have you been to Michigan?
Yeah, I go sometimes. This was like
Is it nice?
Yeah, it's really nice. They got a lot of good stuff. Like Detroit has hosted WrestleMania before. You know, they have a
They
lot
hosted
of
SummerSlam.
Yep, they had SummerSlam last year, as a matter of fact.
How far away is Michigan from
where
the Chicago you live in?
It's about 11 and a half hours. Drive.
Wow.
About 3 hours. About 3 hours on a plane.
Ugh. Wow. 11 hours.
Chicago. If you're ever in Detroit, try their pizza.
Oh yeah, definitely.
11.
Yeah, Detroit pizza and Chicago tavern pizza is insane. They talk about the deepness all the time, but
do you like driving, Byron, or not? Some people do, some people don't.
I do actually. You know, I like driving as long as I don't feel rushed.
11 hours. Ugh. That was like what WrestleMania was 1 year, wasn't it? No, not quite, but almost.
Definitely.
Almost 11 hours long. Well, Mania 33 or 35 was long. Anyway, I'll see Ian, TJ, and Marcus all on Monday. SummerSlam Spoker Quiz. I'll see TJ whenever. So I'll just say you all out for now. So thank you, Marcus.
No problem. I'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you, Ian. See Byron. Thank you. And TJ, thank you. So do like, subscribe, tune into my SummerSlam watch along on Saturday. All enjoy SummerSlam. And for now, it is Ricky Goldman out.